What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Giggles Irene Radio. This is your girl, Giggles Irene, and I got the homie Nana here. Am I saying that correctly?
Nah, you said it right. You said it right.
It's because
you said it better than a lot of other people.
Oh, okay, because my niece calls my mom Nana, so I'm always just like, okay, I'm totally saying that wrong.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
okay,
good.
I just want to make sure because, I mean, I've known you for a while now, and I don't want to be mispronouncing your name, you know?
That part.
Like, it's kind of fucked up, but yeah. So you were born and raised in South Central, right?
Yep.
Started rapping at the age of, I believe you said 13. Am I wrong?
Like 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
I'm trying to give you more years, man. Like,
yeah, nah, it's all good. 16, just kind of like, just started, just messing around, putting words together or whatnot, doing it for fun with the homies.
Yeah.
Over at Dorsey High School, just doing it just for recreation.
Yeah. It wasn't like to diss nobody, you know? Like, it wasn't like clowning around rapping. Like,
nah, it was just like, I mean, we would like just clown around and whatnot. Like, I honestly, in the beginning, it was.
Yeah.
So later on, I started taking it more seriously. But yeah, in the beginning, it was just more so to just like, have fun with my friends. And,
yeah.
I was a real big fan of like, DMX and Jay-Z and like the Rough Rider tapes. And I would like, my sister had the actual tapes and she had like a tape recorder. So I would like record,
over it and stuff.
Over it, and then like write all like of Jay-Z's lyrics down and then memorize them and then go back to school and then act like they was mine.
Yeah, that was before like Genius, before you could like Google them, right?
Exactly.
Like
so nobody will know.
Yeah,
nobody will know whether they're.
Dang, so you had kids in high school thinking like you were fire, but it was Jay-Z.
Exactly, it was Jay-Z. It was Jay-Z.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I caught up. But yeah. Yeah.
So your Save Yourself EP is the second EP under the name Nana, right?
Yep.
Because you went by
Blazon.
Before. Yeah. I remember. That.
So this is the second EP under Nana.
And like, why did you decide to change the name? Because I know your name means king, right? Where you're from.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it was just newfound honesty, and just getting more like tapping in like more into who I am, you know, and just going more in depth into who I am and like, just keeping it real with myself. And I always tell myself like, before you keep it real with other people, you got to keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
So it was just, being honest with myself and just taking on. I've always been insecure about my name too. Like, just growing up, you got people teasing you and stuff like that. So I wear it as a cape now because of what it means and how strong and how like, the empowering the name is. So I was like, why not? Why not take on that name and why not show other people it's okay to be yourself. Yeah.
You're setting a bar, a good example,
Yeah. Why not? So that's what it was all about for me. So
and I think growing up too, like we're all conditioned by like the people around us. And as we get older, we're just like, dang, like why did I allow these comments to like shape me? And you have to like break yourself down and rebuild yourself, Yeah,
exactly. Especially as a kid, because that's when you're developing. So when when you get certain comments and stuff like that, you are conditioned to believe that that's true. And, just what society has, out there in general, just about like, what is the standard about anything, you're more prone to believe that than to, believe in yourself or, to think highly of yourself. Yeah. Because you have a lot of kids out there like, that honestly are grown up, in a sense, a little bit more tough in that aspect because you have Instagram now. You didn't have Instagram before. So now like the quote, like the standard, for what you have to, or what people feel like they should look like is like right there in front of your face on Instagram. Yeah. You just jump online.
You wake up in the morning and it's just like, dang, I have to do this today. I have to look like this.
Exactly. Or I should look like this, or dang, why does this person, get all these likes or followers and blah, blah, blah. And, why, do I what can I do to look like that? Or, you know, should I go get surgery or blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's like you are who you are. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but if people don't like it, fuck them.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So. That's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
Like everybody goes through it in little phases and stuff. So,
but, you know, you the only person like on this earth that's you. Like, that's extremely unique. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the fact that nobody else looks like you, like, you know what I'm saying?
It needs to be embraced.
Yeah, it needs to be embraced. You're one of one. So
yeah. And that's what I like that you touched a lot on your EP throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
So before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the intro to Kings Boulevard 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like that played. Well, I mean, because I heard it with you, right? And then obviously, like I continued to listen after it was released, and I was just like, "Dang, I felt that in my soul."
Yeah,
because you know, you're like at a certain like place in your life, and you're just like, "Damn, like I'm just gonna do something hella drastic to make things better," but in reality, it might make things a whole lot worse.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just like a representation of the energy of where I'm from, like the Crenshaw District, South Central. Like it's like, yo. Like just waking up like, yo, I'm tired of being broke. I'm going to get it. Like no matter by any means. Like I don't care who is in my way. Like man, woman, child, I'm going to get it. Nobody's going to stop me from getting it. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good and a bad thing because, you know, the intentions are good, but the way of going about it might be bad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, it's just like, you know, that's just the energy. It was a vibe. That wasn't even like in like, it wasn't even me speaking. It was more so the energy of the environment that was speaking. Like that voice that you heard, it was like it wasn't even me. It was more so the energy of where I'm from and, you know what I'm saying, the mentality of where I'm from. So, yeah, like, you know, so that's what it was.
It's crazy because a lot of people, like it's like you're from like the Crenshaw district, right? But other people that listen like all over the world are probably feeling the same thing, like, damn. Like it's... And everybody wants to say like, oh, I'm different. I'm from here. I'm from there. But in reality, we're all like somewhat going through the same struggles when it comes to things like that.
Yeah, because we all have the thing that we all have in common is the human emotion. You know, and nobody is exempt from that because we all are. You know, once we were born onto this earth, you know, we are prone and subject to. Doing good, we're subject to doing bad and sin. Nobody's perfect, nobody's God. So, you know, it's not you know, it's and it's okay to, you know, to do these things. It's just how we're born on, you know, into this thing that we call
our reality.
Reality. It is what it is.
Yeah. You know? There's a line in Kings Boulevard 2, and you say, bodies of SoundCloud rappers in my closet, mumble on songs, and it's all making me nauseous.
Yeah.
I felt that in my soul. I was just, and I'm not even a rapper. I was just like, dang, like, because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that gets put out, and it's just, I don't know, it felt like a coal line to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you were touching onto that subject, and I wanted to know why, like, I know that like what you deliver is like good content, but I mean, just explain.
I mean, it just gets too much. Like at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, they say like the it's a saying that the truth, no, lies spread faster than the truth, and I feel like it's the same with like just, you know, when it comes to, you know, this industry and the agenda that I feel like, you know, certain powers that be try to push, and that's, you know, just ignorance, and everything has its lane. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like turn up music too. I listen to Migos, I listen to Offset, I listen to all of that shit. But at the end of the day, when certain things I feel like are getting pushed more so to the forefront, I feel like that's a problem. And you know, I come from a cloth of like just real shit. Like I come from a cloth of like you know, Cole and the Kendricks and, you know what I'm saying, the Nas's and the Hoes and you know what I'm saying, like. Which is something that I feel I represent, and it's something that I feel like LA, just where we are, like where we at right now. You know what I'm saying, is bringing that to the forefront when you know, with guys like myself, you know, Boogie, you know what I'm saying, Reason,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, like RP, Nip, and J-Rock, like the whole TDE brand, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like with me, it was important that I spoke on that, like, and because that's just the way I feel. Like, I'm tired of seeing bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at the end of the day, the real shit is gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like all of that, everything else is gonna have its time. It's gonna be here, but the real shit is gonna last for years and years and years to come. And it's always been like that.
It's always the stuff that people end up coming back to. Yeah,
exactly. Always. And when you look at the best rappers, like who people consider are like the best rappers, they're always like the rappers that have or have had or whatever the case is, like substance. Like the foundation has always been substance, like for the best rappers ever. Yeah. Like always. It's always been like that. Like since I don't know when,
since forever. Since that argument started to come about.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it was like whoever it was, whether it's Big Sean, Drake, like their foundation has always been like on substance. So that's something I appreciate, and I feel like that's something that the world appreciates. And even the people that are into like the mumble rap stuff, like like I said, at the end of the day, they're that has its lane, and it is what it is. But something that everybody can always relate to is just the human emotion. And I feel like, when you have artists speaking on real shit and tapping into the human emotion, that'll never die out, no matter who it's coming from.
Yeah, it always ends up, like you said, coming back to like the forefront. Like,
for sure, always.
On your song "On My Mama," you say that you came from the Shaw and your mama told you to reach for the stars. Yeah. So with the tragic passing of Nip, R.I.P. Nip, I know we talked privately about this before. Like, I want to know, like, how are you holding up, and like, what do you feel like the spark hit you the way it's hit everybody else in LA and everybody else that was touched by him?
Man, it's like I remember like we was talking like about like the inspiration behind the project and like Mac Miller and stuff like that. Yeah. Like that hit close to home. Like the Nip situation actually hit home.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like man, I still, at the end of the day, like I can't believe it still. You know what I'm saying? Especially growing up where I grew up and like seeing him pull up to the block in the Maybach.
Yeah, because he was literally your neighbor.
Yeah, like seriously. Like we shot the cover of the project on the same block where it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the block that I grew up on and that I came up on, like going to my cousin's house every summer. So it's still kind of like surreal, but it's reality. And one thing that I am seeing is how like we're becoming more unified in this happening, and how people are waking up, how different gangs and different rivals like are coming together and, realizing like we're strength in numbers, and being divided, especially through the senseless act of violence that, happened in his passing. But I'm holding up pretty well. Thanks for asking. I know everybody's going through it as well as you, and it's just something that has awakened all of us up and getting all of us to realize like, okay, we do need to put money back into our communities. And we do need to come together, and we do need to, represent and continue to what he stood for in the marathon going and keeping his memory alive and pushing the same ideologies that he carried. So
I saw a picture, and it was like an edit, and it was like Nipsey's hand from like the clouds, and he was handing the baton down to like us on Earth. Damn. And it's like, it's literally like what we need to do. Like it's our turn now, Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but we were blessed to see somebody like that come up where we came up. Like it was such a blessing, and a lot of people didn't realize it. And I'm seeing a lot of people like, oh yeah, y'all didn't y'all jumping on the bandwagon, now he's going blah blah. I can't speak for nobody else or anywhere else, but LA gave him his flowers while he was still here, for sure. Like anybody like that was like, that came up in LA, you ask anybody like, oh yeah, I fuck with Nip, real blah blah. Even like people like Dom, like we give them their flowers while they're still here because we're the ones that put them up there, and and Nip knew that, which is why he gave back to us. Yeah. And that relationship between like, the community and Nip, it was so genuine, so it sucks what happened.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it just shows you like life is short. Like you never know what's gonna happen. You know, somebody that you like see all the time can be here one day. You can literally, I'm pretty sure the people that saw him the day before or saw him seconds before, like, damn, I just saw him. You know, so it's always good to be kind to people and to be, you know, just do as much good as you can here on earth, because you never know when your time is gonna be.
Let people know that you appreciate them.
That part.
Back to your EP.
Yep.
On your first single, right? On My Mama, which I thought your first single was gonna be PCH.
Oh, you thought?
But,
Hit you with a curve.
Yeah.
Like,
you did. You really did. I was just like, oh man. And then like I got the track list and I was just like, this boy fucking with me. Like, come on now. But yeah. All right. So your next track, You and I. We talked about like the theme of the album, how like it's more, well, I mean, it's called Save Yourself, right? How did you describe it?
I would describe it as like just like a message to like, you know, the youth of today, like, and because growing up how I grew up, you know, I had to save myself from like the dangers of the environment and you know, joining gangs and shit like that. And, you know, because these are all of my friends. Like I have friends from both sides. I had SA homies, I had blood homies, I had Crip homies. You know what I'm saying? And I had to decide. I had to make a choice. Like, is this what I want to do? Like, do I want to do? I wanted to play basketball. When that didn't work out, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with my life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And luckily, I was blessed with the gift of being able to do music. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I didn't know. Like I said, I was just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to make a choice. And when I seen how you really had only two, it was really only two ends for you in doing what everybody else was doing, and I was ending up dead or in jail, and I didn't want either for my life, and I didn't want to have to deal with the ills of like my parents burying me or like my homies burying me. So I was like, all right, I got to do some shit with myself. So I had to do that. I saved myself.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, now in this day and age, like it's a whole nother beast that you got to worry about, like social media, drugs, you know what I'm saying, depression and shit like that. And those are still things that we deal with, like, but I feel like it's more intense now because of social media. You know, you literally have to, you know, sometimes just turn your phone off and just like, you know, just like, you know,
give yourself a mental day.
Yeah, for real, because you just deal with so much in a real world. And then you have to deal with the, you know, the
fronting,
the front in society's perception through social media. That shit is OD. You know what I'm saying? Like, no pun intended, for real. Like, it's legit OD. So, you know, I couldn't imagine being a kid and having social media. I don't know what, like, man, oh my gosh.
Because like your song You and I, it touched me in a lot of ways because growing up I didn't have social media. So now, and then back then, even though like my confidence wasn't really as good as it should be, even like right now, like I'm hella nervous talking to you, even though like you're the homie, but like it's stuff that I'm working through. It's life, you know, growing up and stuff. And it's crazy because when social media came about, like I had to realize and like tell myself like, yo, like these likes, these numbers like don't mean anything. And it's a crazy mold to break, even though it came on like after. Like as I was older, I was a teenager. So like these kids that grow up with social media, like everything that they go through is like, so it's unnecessary. Like, you know, there's a reason why they put age limits on these things, but even then, it's still like a big struggle. And it's like solid standards, like quote unquote, that like people and kids think they have to live up to. But those are just because those are looked at as standards doesn't mean that that's what you have to. You know, it's just like the people that think you have to go and have a 9 to 5. Like, nah, you don't have to do that. And it's the same. It's sort of the same thing with social media. Like, you don't have to, you know, put everything out there. Look like this and that. Like,
and people drive themselves crazy trying to keep up with that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that shit ain't even real. That's not like, it's just not reality. You know what I'm saying? And it's like entering into the matrix for however long you on there. You know, and then, you know, when you shut it off, you know, you it's just you, and you have to deal with the reality of whatever your reality is. And a lot of people can't handle their reality, which is why they go to social media, because that's where they feel comfortable putting up that front, and that's where they feel like, you know, they could just, you know, live, you know, a totally different world than what their reality is.
And it's crazy because it's just like the numbers that people pull on social media that can't get cashed out into real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you could be extremely popular on social media and then you're at home like not doing shit. Like and no shade to anybody that's making money on social media or anything like that, but it's just things don't cash out the same. Like you have to go out there, like you have to live life, and like everything that I was at an event on Monday and I was on my phone probably for like 10 minutes. I didn't take no pictures of the event. Like I was having the time of my life, and I was just like, dang, I wasn't on social media the whole time.
Yeah, for real.
And it's just wild.
For real. And it's crazy because you would be surprised how much better than like you're doing than a lot of people that are popular on social media. Like it's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not real. Like a lot of, you would be surprised, like a lot of these people that got millions and millions of followers just sleeping on dirty ass mattresses.
Right? Yeah.
For real. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
those memes are real.
Yeah, for real. Them
like,
shits is real.
Yeah.
Them shits is real. You and you know, you wouldn't even believe it because you're thinking like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people feel like they have to like live up to what other people look like in XYZ on social media. Meanwhile, those people are miserable. They don't, you don't know it. You know what I'm saying? They wish they had your life.
Yeah.
You don't know it though, you know, because they, you know, things may look a certain way to you on social media, but it's not real. Like I said, it's all a game of perception.
Yeah. And your album talks a lot about that. It talks about like the perception of like you, the way you grew up, struggles that you've gone through, and like the standards that, unlivable standards, I guess, that people have to live up to. And then you end up closing it out with a lot of real life experiences. Yeah. That I think might be a little trigger warning for some people, depending on who's listening. But at the same time, it's reality. Yep. And like you didn't have to touch on that, but you did. Yep. And like I'm guessing it's because you felt it in you, right? Because the closing track was extremely I don't know if it had to do like with the stories that were real or like or they felt real, and then the vocals of Black Soul.
Black Soul,
that like made it extremely like it was a good close for it all.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Black Soul. That's my boy from Tacoma, Washington. You killed that. Yeah, it was it was just like that's the thing. The truth ain't gonna be pretty. You know what I'm saying? Especially in life, like because we go through shit, and we know, like, just at the end of the day, we know how real shit can get, and it's not always pretty. You know, and these are stories that I feel like I had to tell to help somebody out. I don't know who when I wrote that, I didn't know who I was gonna help out, who I was gonna, you know, reach with that song, with every story. And every story told the story about how each person, verse 1, verse 2, and verse 3, how each person needed somebody to help save themselves, you know. So the first verse was about, you know, the girl in New York and how her mom was the one who helped save her. And how, you know, the second verse was about my homie from high school, how, you know, new life, how his brother got killed and how him having a kid helped save him, and how I went to church and how like God helped save me, you know. So I felt like these stories needed to be told to, like, you know, whoever's out there, so whoever's out there going through whatever they're going through, whether you're depressed, like, you know, you still have time. It's Save Yourself is a EP about redemption. Like it's never too late. As long as you here on earth, you still have time. Like it's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Ever.
Never. No matter what you're going through.
And I think what the struggle is for a lot of people is to reach out to someone. So the fact that the message is save yourself, even if it's like, you know, like you said, you going to church or having something like a new change in life, whatever it is, like you may not look at it as you saving yourself, but it is. Like, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, and to reach out to somebody. And that's the thing, like it's not always easy. You know, and that's kind of, I guess, me speaking to those people, like letting them know, like, you know, it's not easy, you know, telling somebody that, you on XYZ pills, you doing whatever,
you need help or anything. Yeah,
exactly. It's not easy, but your life is valuable, especially to the ones that love you, that are close to you, that don't want to see you, not here anymore.
Yeah.
So that's really what it was about. And, I'm glad that, you were able to, listen to it and, dive deep into those vocals and hear the messages and, it resonate with you.
I mean, I just hope other people listen to it and like feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't want to reach out either because they feel like, oh, they got a lot on their plate, or I don't want to sound like I'm complaining.
Yeah.
So I've been told a lot like, oh, I see you doing this and I see you on the gram, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, but like, you don't know like how much work I had to put in. And they're like, well, talk about it. And like, I do want to talk about it. Like I have a blog, like I have a YouTube channel. I could do that. But at the same time, like, a lot of people just want to see the good. And at the same time, when the bad is talked about, it's looked at as complaining.
Right.
Like it's looked at as like, oh, like why is she bitching? Look at everything she's doing. And it's just like, nah, I just want to let people know like, yeah, you could get here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you're going to go through all this other stuff to get here.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
And that's what I feel like your EP was. That's how it like spoke to me.
Yeah. And that it's just a way of venting too. Like, because if you don't want to reach out to somebody, do whatever your therapy is, like whatever makes you feel good and like makes you, more relaxed and easy. Like if you don't want to talk to somebody, like, because whenever I know I'm going through something, I just go and play basketball, you know what I'm saying? Or go work out, and it helps like free my mind from, just a lot of stuff that I go through. Or I literally jump in my whip, go to Malibu and just chill out there for the day, but whatever your therapy is that, helps you, just ease your mind of whatever it is that you're going through, and just allows you to just navigate, through those issues. Do that, or literally go see a therapist. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing. A lot of people think that is lame, or it's they feel like seeing a therapist makes you weak.
Yeah, yeah. But like it's actually like really strong of you to like admit like, damn, I really need to go talk to somebody.
Hell yeah,
like,
shit. I need to see a damn therapist. I feel like everybody should.
I've been thinking about it too all the time.
Yeah, hell yeah,
like I can't bombard my sister with all my problems.
Oh yeah. Exactly. But that's the thing though, like, people don't really know how much like emotional baggage that they have until you go see a therapist. And you're like, damn, I had, like you reach the age of like 40 and be like, damn, like you don't want to reach the age of 40 and be like, damn, I had all of this damn emotional baggage, and then I had to talk to somebody to like let go, and it will make you, it'll probably change your whole demeanor and just how you like interact with people or how you treat people, because a lot of people that treat people fucked up, they got all of this emotional baggage that they've like have had stored up from something, that a traumatic experience that they've had like from a loved one or whatever the case is, and they don't know it until they go speak to somebody.
It's all like blocked out too, and they don't even like realize it most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. I got homies that's scared to go see a therapist because of that reality. They like, they like, damn, I don't want to face that reality. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's going to do more help than hurt. Yeah. So
I mean, it's kind of like ripping off a Band-Aid. It's going to hurt at first, but I mean, it's going to help at the end of the day. Sure. The content that you bring like within your music, your lyrics, even like your music videos and everything that you like deliver to fans always has a strong message. It's always it's substance, like to me. It's never just like, oh, here's like a throwaway track or whatever. Even if you say it is a throwaway track, like it has a message. Always. Is that something that you plan to carry like that, I guess, that task throughout your whole career, or is this just something that you're feeling in you now that you like need to speak out about, like you need to let it out?
I'm always gonna have like a message, like, because I feel like I'm a vessel for good and I'm a vessel for God. So I'm always gonna like I feel like I'm like God's messenger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm always gonna like have, a message. I don't know what the message is going to be at a certain time, but I'm always going to have a message to tell people, you know, because like I said, this is like Nip said, this life that we in, it's a marathon. So it's like, right now, this is the Savior. So that was my message that I felt that was in my heart to deliver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as long as we here, we always gonna be going through shit. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna need that. We gonna need that message. We gonna need a message of you know, just
some sort of guidance,
guidance and just help. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I'm here, whatever I can do to help people, because I feel like that's what I'm put on earth to do, is to help people. I'm gonna do that. You know, and that's my mission, and that's my goal, and that's my driving force, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I got, you know, younger, not only people that listen to me, but I have younger like siblings and nieces and nephews, and you know, I'm gonna have a child one day, and you know, this is what they're gonna have to, you know, look up to and like follow. And you know, I'm trying to set a good example for them. You know, so.
And it's great because the bodies of work that you have, even if it doesn't resonate with someone now, it could be discovered months from now, years from now, and be like, damn, I'm gonna have this on repeat. Like, you know, so it's great.
For real, because there's people that are like just probably finding out about like Jay-Z's first album, you know, especially like there's new babies being born every day, you know, and as they grow up and as they get into music, they're like, oh, okay, damn, what should I study? You know, if I want to be a music journalist, or I want to do music, like what should I study? And they go back and listen to Jay-Z, and they're like, oh shit, this is good. Like, you know, and it still has the same message no matter what time period you're in, you know. And that's another thing. Like, I want to make music that's gonna last forever, timeless music. So yeah,
I see that happening.
Yep,
it's happening now. You're doing it now.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So any plans for the rest of the year? Albums, shows coming up? I know I missed your last show. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. You got to come to the next one though. If you don't come to the next one, then
honestly, like I missed your last show because I was babysitting the homie because it was his birthday, and I was just like, dang. I was like, if I leave the homie, I'm gonna feel bad if something happens to him. I was like, I know Nana will have another show, and I hope he'll forgive me.
No, I forgive you. You were day one. I forgive you. I forgive you.
I was there in spirit.
You were there. You were there in spirit. It's weird because I felt that you were there.
Yeah.
Literally, I swear I thought you were there, but it's all good.
Because I was watching on live.
That part. Oh, so you were there. You were
technically,
there.
but like, yeah.
Nah. As long as you were there, like, you know, your presence were there, even if it was, you know, a million miles away on live. But I'm working on you know, I'm always working on music. I'm always working on music. I'll have more new music like coming out at some point again this year, like summertime for sure. More shows. I'm obviously, you know, making merch. I'm planning something very special to do, like an event based around the merch. So
okay, if you need a host or something, just hit your girl.
Oh, that part. I already know. Yeah, you.
I've been throwing that out there every episode. Yeah. So like, hey, like.
Yeah, you do it all. You do it all. Yeah. So I'm just keeping this thing going and just keeping you know, just continuing to spread the message.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, anything you need me to do to help you do that, I'll gladly do it.
Thank you.
Like,
I appreciate it.
Especially since, like, I mean, I fuck with the music, so it doesn't hurt me to help you gain other listeners or just, you know, you never know who gonna click on it, you know?
Yeah, 100%, man. And I gotta say, I'm extremely proud of what you're doing.
Thank
you know what I'm saying? This is a huge leap of faith. And I see great, wonderful, big, huge things for you, man. For real.
Oh, man. Y'all can't see me. He's making me blush like really bad.
That part. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
You know, anything that you need from me, I'm here to encourage you. And, you know, you're going to keep going up, up. That's the only way.
So. I see the same thing for you. And, like, you know, as with the way things are right now and giving people their flowers, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. Like, not only as like as an artist, but as a homie as well.
Oh, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. The feeling's mutual. We got to stick together, man, especially during this time. And, you know, now's a very important time for us to continue to build each other up, especially in the city of Los Angeles. Yeah. Continue to build each other up. Yeah.
You want to say anything before we go?
Follow me on Instagram at NanaIsKing. Follow me on Twitter at NanaIsKing_. YouTube, Nana Music 33. Facebook, Nana Music 33, and Save Yourself is available on all streaming platform services. Just search Nana Save Yourself.
All right. And this is your girl, Giggles Irene. You can follow me at Giggles Irene on everything, and tune in next week.
Let's get it.